Hi guys, it's Charlotte Baxter Hensley. Just want you to know that our grandfather Joseph Jackson Baxter and his wife Ann Summerall, and also our great grandfather Stephen Godfrey Baxter and his wife Isabella Caswell, as well as Uncle Lewis and his wife Julie, and some other Baxters are buried here. On over the bridge, heading toward Brunswick, and we're going to make a left turn on Retreat Road to get to the cemetery, the Baxter Jackson Cemetery, and then we'll end up on Boy Scout Road and Retreat Road, where it kind of forks there, and there's a brown trailer house with a guy who has a key to the cemetery. It used to be the fellow who ran the little tiny church. He had it, and then it was behind the post on the fence, but it wasn't there. So we're going up here to Retreat Road. We didn't miss Retreat Road, did we not? Okay.
Haven't come to it yet.
We haven't come to Retreat Road yet, but we will in a minute.
Retreat Road dead ends at Boy Scout Road.
Retreat Road dead ends at Boy Scout Road.
So you have to turn right and left when you hit Boy Scout Road. This is after crossing Interstate 95 in the School Bridge. Retreat Road's the next intersection up ahead of us where the yellow sign is, unless I'm mistaken. Retreat Community, so this is Retreat Road.
On Retreat Road, heading toward Boy Scout Road to pick up the key to go to the Baxter Jackson Cemetery. The guy who has a key lately is where Retreat Road ends and Boy Scout Road bends, in a brown trailer house. Shouldn't be too far from here, should it, John?
That's about 3 miles.
About 3 miles. I'll get back with you in a minute and I'll point a video at 3 miles and stuff. We have arrived at the bend in the road where Retreat Road ends and Boy Scout Road begins, and this is the trailer house you get the key for the cemetery. And it's officially on Retreat Road, I believe. Looks like the guy's leaving. I hope not. Or maybe he's just gotten home. I don't. We've gotten a person to let us in. We're following to the cemetery. And we should be there in a minute. He opened the gate and he had the key. So this is the Baxter Jackson Cemetery. I think this is Sandy Run Road, but I'm not sure. Anyway, it's way back down in here. So I'll get both the videos together. So what we did was we turned toward Brunswick, turned on Retreat Road, stopped at a house where Boy Scout Road and Retreat Road came together, got a key. It was a brown trailer house because it's owned by the law.
It's not a fence, it's just a gate.
This is the gate that we were able to get into before. They added that gate back there. That's what the deal was.
Well, that gate back there was always there.
Well, did they add this gate? This one wasn't.
Yeah, this one's been added.
This gate's been added. It used to be able just to drive into kind of a circle pace. I hope this is not that real old other cemetery that we went to one time.
We don't know.
Instead of the Baxter Jackson one. I don't see the house there or anything. But anyway, we're following him. I hope it's the right cemetery. We have come down Highway 17 going toward Brunswick, turned left on Retreat Road, went where the Boy Scout Road and Retreat Road fork, got the key from a brown trailer house, and a guy works for the logging company who owns the land now, and we're following him. And it's been quite a little way.
They might be hunting club guys.
They're hunting club guys, is actually on this land now, I guess. I don't know, but it just doesn't seem right to me.
Doesn't seem right to me either.
It looks like the very old one that that we went to one time before when we were trying to find it. Okay. We arrived at the cemetery. They had added an extra gate. And so, watch out for ticks, snakes, and whatever. So, going over here to where my grandparents and great-grandparents were buried. I have some Snowdens in here too. I don't want to step on any snakes. I'm still going. You can't see I have some other pictures somewhere, but you can't see the writing on this one. I have some other pictures somewhere. I can't find them right now, but I do have them. This is Israel Baxter. Isabella. Excuse me. And she was married in 1863 to Stephen, my great-grandfather. I'm a little worried about snakes if you want to know the truth, but anyway. Born in 1832. Died March 21, 1904. And his son was my grandfather. His name was Joseph Jackson. Go over here. I think we might find him here. This is Mary Emerson, and she was married to I don't know. We had one other relative here, my great-grandfather and my grandfather both should be here. It's been a long time since I've been to this cemetery, and I'm surprised that as difficult as it is. I can't read that one. Maybe I can read it when I get home. I'm just a little worried about ticks and whatever. But anyway, maybe one of the headstones is not here anymore. That's the only thing I can think of. Well, I'm going to walk over here to this one. Oh, I didn't see this one. Maybe this one is the grandfather. Joseph. Yes. Joseph Baxter.
Louis Baxter.
Yeah, that was my uncle. They lost a son who should be buried next to them. Yeah, I think John said this was Uncle Lewis's grave. Yep. And Julian, but they had a boy. This may have been him right here. I don't remember his name today. Oh, this is Julia. And this is, I don't know, maybe I think they just gave her a new headstone. Who's that, darling?
Mary Elizabeth Snowden.
Yeah, they married into the Snowdens. I'm going to go over here and look. I'm worried about ticks and snakes. Right. Wrong time of the day. with the sun shining like it is. And this one is Cecil McKeithen Row. I don't know how they're connected, but we got their picture. I think this is the Snowden side. I don't know. Well, I'm surprised that I don't see my grandfather's grave. Let's see what we got here. These look relatively new. I don't know of anybody who died recently. The Hopes. Tommy W. Hope. He must have been 2 more Hopes. And let's see who these people are. I don't mean to be disrespectful. Some more Hopes. This kind of Hope section. That must be the Snowden section over there. Give it one more try. Darling, I wasn't able to find my grandfather. He was here. I think the stone must have gotten taken away. Would you take a snapshot of that one there that says Isabel and Stephen? I meant with your phone. You got me what that says. The sun is shining so much. I can't see anything. And you don't want to trigger a snake. This looks like a real, these are rows. R-O-W-E. They weren't here before. And these Cecil again. I don't know what happened to his tombstone. I'll just have to look up the ones I had from last time to see. Video. Well, anyway, it was a pretty little cemetery, but it's way back in the woods. There's my great-grandmother. And great-grandfather. And my uncle. Well, I'm going to get off and just take some snapshots. Joseph Jackson Baxter, but it just has Joseph Baxter on it. Anyway, we're way out in the woods, and as much as I appreciate being here, don't think I can take it anymore. It's a beautiful cemetery, though. And there's Don taking some pictures. I think those are the rows over there, R-O-W-E. And my great-grandmother. And I just don't know who this is anymore. I think I did know at one time. But okay, that's it for me. I'm going. Maybe I can figure this out later. This is the Baxter Jackson Cemetery. It's beautiful. Right there, or where some of my folks are. It's way back in the woods on a logging road. And you come in there, and mosquitoes and everything about to get me.
There's two Lewis Baxters here.
Oh, I didn't know that. We're heading back from the cemetery. I think we've had enough of going down memory lane for today. I didn't think we're going to find us a place to spend the night. Anyway, this cemetery, the Baxter Jackson Cemetery, is way out here in no man's land on a logging road, and didn't used to be a logging road, but it is now.
No, it was a logging road before.
Well, I don't know if it was a logging road when it first started to be a cemetery.
Oh, no, when people lived back in here.
People used to live back in here. There used to be a house.
There's that little house.
That's the Jackson house, or plantation house, and it's fallen down. You used to be able to kind of see it tall, but you can't now. And they added this gate here, which they didn't have before. You could just drive right on in here. And I don't know what they're doing.
Closing the gate?
They're closing the gate, and we're going to take a right here. God's getting out for some reason. I don't know what. We're fixing to take a right down that way. And it's quite a little way down there. I'm going to get off until start back. Well, still following him down the road from the cemetery. We can see it's really wooded in here. I think we got out of there just in time because it's about ready to get dark.
Well, the sun won't be gone for another 20 minutes.
We got a ways to go to get out of here, so I'll get back with you in a minute. Okay, right there. This is Boy Scout Road, this is Retreat Road, and right there, right behind us, is a trailer house that has a key to the Baxter Jackson Cemetery.
Right there.
Right there. And we're going now out of the situation.
Heading back to civilization.
Heading back to Highway 17, and we're going to turn to the right, go through Riceboro, which is not very far, and a wide spot in the road, and find us a place to stay for the night, because we fooled around here just a little bit longer than we needed to. So, it looks as if directions to the cemetery. Going toward Brunswick from Riceboro, you turn to the left on Retreat Road, keep going until you get to Boy Scout Road, and then where it forks there, on the right, is a brown trailer house that the person who lives there has a key to the cemetery, to the Baxter Jackson Cemetery. They had to escort us this time, which has never happened before, and they had also added an extra gate. So we head down that road for several miles, and then you turn into the cemetery on the left, but it's in the woods. So I said all that to say that's the best I can do today. We're coming from Brunswick over the bridge into Riceboro, and just on the left as we cross the bridge is Magnolia Street and Highway 17, and on that corner was the greenhouse where I was born. We pass it real quick, and on the right hand side of the road will be the little Presbyterian church, and that's why I'm describing it ahead of time. It just goes by really quickly. Okay, see where that car is coming out there? That's where the house used to be, right there. And that's one of the houses that was there a long time ago with the boarded up place. We just passed the little church back there. And as you can see, there's just really not anything left that was there before. And that's the new post office, which is really not that new because it's been there for a while. but the old post office used to be right about here. And then there's the Suncoast filling station, and there's the city hall. And then I think this is where the house where our father helped build, but it's gone. And we're headed toward Midway. We've passed the major part of Riceboro. I think we're going to try to spend the night in Hinesville just because we're getting tired. We can get more pictures tomorrow and maybe work out how to do Facebook Live so you can see some more things. But anyway, here we are. But if you want to go to Google Earth, just go to Magnolia Street and Highway 17 and you're pretty much where you need to be. And here's Riceboro Bridge right here, and that's where Riceboro Creek is, right there. And now we're going on into where you go to Midway and then turn to the left to go to Hinesville. I'm going to say bye right now, and tomorrow we'll have pictures of the church if possible.